Hello guys and girls, and welcome back to another YouTube 101. Yay! And today we're going to go over thumbnail basics for YouTube. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. So for this, I'm going to assume that you have enabled custom thumbnails for your channel. If you don't know how to do that, there's a link in the description to a little blog post on how to do it. Real simple, real easy to do. You just need a phone number and you are done. So let's assume you've done that. And now it comes to designing your actual thumbnail. So I use Photoshop. You can use, there's a myriad of other programs that you can use out there. I use Photoshop because it's part of the Creative Suite which I've got, with the Creative Cloud subscription. And we're going to start a new document. You're going to aim for HD as a minimum. You're going to aim for 1920 by 1080, which is true HD, I suppose. So you're going to have a document 1920 by 1080, and something I will always say to people is brand it up. Okay, so think of a way to make your thumbnail be uniquely yours, like such as for my thumbnails you've got this, for Chase's thumbnails you've got this, for Morris Siege you've got this, and for quite a few others they've all started to brand up their thumbnails. And what this does, well, it enables you to show your current subscribers, so the people who watch your stuff and who like your content, that it's your thumbnail, okay? Because in a sea of thumbnails, it's hard to recognize one from another. Whereas when you brand it, then someone can easily recognize it because it could have your logo on, it could have your name on, like any of the above. So think of a way to make yours uniquely yours. If you're going to brand it, I'd aim for the left hand side, because the right hand side will get the timestamp over it and it might interfere with whatever your name is or whatever you want to put on there. So I'd aim for the left hand side or top side. It's up to you really. Yeah, that's what I start doing for all of the video, all of the thumbnails. And now that's out of the way. Right, so when you're designing your thumbnail, although we'll be designing it at this size, you've got to think about the design when it goes down to, well, this size. Yeah, you've got to think about it, because that size right there is the smallest that it can appear anywhere on YouTube or out there in the ether. You know, you've got to think about how legible is it, what can people see on it, is it easily recognizable, does it convey the message correctly at this small size. You've got to think about that, you know. So when you're designing your thumbnail, design it full size, but then zoom out a little bit. See if it's easy, see if you can still read what it says, see if you can still get what the message is, and then zoom out a little bit more and then go back in and design it again. Okay? Because a lot of people's thumbnails they look nice when they're at this full size, you know. But when it comes down to really small, you kind of lose what it is, yeah? So there's a little tip for you. And if you're going to do thumbnails with text in, go for the 80-20 rule, so 80% image, 20% text, yeah? And your image, no. If you're a clickbaiter, you're going to be using clickbaity type images. If you're a normal creator who's not an asshole, then you're going to try and find an image or illustration, like I use illustrations in mine sometimes. You're going to find an image or illustration that conveys what the topic is about, or what the topic of the vlog is about. Yeah, that's what you're going to be doing, okay? But you've got to try and find an interesting image, okay? It is getting harder and harder for thumbnails to stand out, but by using illustrations, a combination of text and branding, you can make yours look unique and different from the others. And because, here's a little thing, because everyone is trying to do these big wow thumbnails, where everything's out there, everything's shiny and bright and trying to grab you for your attention, sometimes the simplest thumbnail can be the most effective one now, because people have overdone the whole big, bright and beautiful thumbnails. The simplest thumbnail can stand out. Solid colour with some text on can stand out more in the sea of thumbnails than an actual busy one. So try and play with it, you know. And when you're doing it, when you're going through your whole YouTube life, shall we say, because I don't want to call YouTube a career, because YouTube's not a career. When you go through your whole YouTube life, you want to be changing them, okay? Don't think, right, this is my style, this is what I'm doing forever. You won't be constantly changing them, but if you keep your branding the same, then they will always be similar. You know what I mean? This is what branding helps as well. Branding helps to keep them all together, keep them all grouped as one. Yeah. So always be changing. I'm always changing the thumbnails. I was started off. Let's just go through the life cycle of my thumbnails. I started off like this. Then I went to this. Then I went to this, and now I'm at this. And I'm constantly trying to change them. Constantly trying to do something different with them to try and improve them and pique people's interest a little bit more. So don't just rest on your laurels and think this is the type of thumbnail I'm doing and this is how it will always be forevermore. Always try and think of what can I do a bit different, or what can I do differently to make it more appealing to people. You can get TubeBuddy. They do, it's A/B testing for thumbnails. A/B testing, if you don't know what it is where you've got two different versions, and those different versions are shown to different subscribers, and you see which one gets the most clicks. And and that can kind of help you decide on the thumbnail to go for. But for that one, that's on like the legend level of the plans, you know. I'm on the start one. I wish I got that A/B testing for thumbnail design. That's on the one above me. So unless you've got a really big channel where you can afford that type of stuff, I wouldn't do that. So it's up to you. They offer it, it's a service, but it costs quite a bit for that. It costs quite a bit just to get that and a few other things. But anyway, that is pretty much it. I can't tell you what to put on your thumbnails, you know. I can't tell you because your genre might be different from my genre. Image based, definitely. Try the simple ones sometimes just to stand out from the crowd. If you're going to put text on it, use the 80-20 rule. Keep zooming out when you design your thumbnail to make sure that it's still legible. Or walk across the room, say you've designed your thumbnail, and go across the room and see, can you still read it? Because you might not be able to read the text. You might do some weird effects on it, and you might not be able to actually read what it says. And just because I'm saying put text on, your text doesn't have to be your title. It can just be some interesting words or something like that, you know. Try and stay away from clickbait. It will get you views, but it's kind of a shitty way to go. It's a shitty route to go down, you know. In my opinion anyway, it's a shitty way to go down, but that's it. You do it if you want to do it. There we go. So that is the basics of thumbnail design. Real easy to do, real simple, and verify your account, and you are on your merry way. Stick to these little basic rules, and you should be all good. I think I'll do an advanced one later on, but for now, if you got something from this and liked it, hit that like button for me. If you really like this and want to see more on YouTube, how to grow your channel, improve your content, and make real connections with real people, click or tap that subscribe button right there. If you want to see another video of mine straight away, check it out right there. It's just for you. But for now, ride safe. Peace the fuck out.